Greetings, LEGO fans, and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past.
Today, we descend into the criminal underworld of LEGO Castle with the formidable band of renegades, Wolfpack. This short-lived sub-theme, consisting of only 3 sets between 1992 and 1993, depicts a well-organized group of medieval bandits, similar to the Forestmen, but with much more sinister intentions at their core. Their brown, black, and gray color scheme, highlighted in red, surely struck fear into the heart of contemporary factions, as a run-in with these guys might just be your last. I, for one, really wish that Wolfpack had gone on to make more sets, because I find their character design and premise to be fertile ground for so many creative sets and stories. Though they certainly didn't last long, their striking appearance and renegade status has reverberated to this day, inspiring cameos in modern sets, a new CMF, and even a Wolfpack-themed stronghold from the newest Bricklink Designer Program series. So, pick your favorite hiding spot, and let's dive into the turbulent underworld of Wolfpack. Taking the bottom spot is set number 1596, Ghostly Hideout. Let me just preface this by saying that the rankings here are far less significant than usual. But, you know, it's the format of Retro LEGO, so somebody had to take number 3 out of 3. That said, this 37-piece set from 1993 may be simple, but it's a lot of fun. The initially non-suspect rock face covered with foliage is home to a spooky surprise, as a mischievous ghost lies in wait to defend his home turf. Pushing in on this bar plate on the side will quickly reveal the rock's ghoulish inhabitant. I always found it amusing how he thinks that no one can see him tucked in there, somewhat reminiscent of my own kid playing hide-and-seek. It's about as simple as play features get, but its charm is undeniable. Speaking of charm, there are 2 minifigures included in this set. The first is the ghost himself, a personal favorite of mine with his goofy smile and glow-in-the-dark body. He was still pretty new to the LEGO scene at this time, having debuted with the King's Mountain Fortress and the Black Monarch's Ghost just 2 years earlier. Still sporting a 1x2 white brick instead of legs, he's excited to spook anyone nearing his lair. The next minifigure is who I interpret to be the highest ranking of the Wolfpack gang, the mysterious eye-patch donning leader. Easily my favorite minifigure from Wolfpack, he appropriately borrows his face print from the debut of Pirates, making this print one of the first to expand on the LEGO classic smiley face. His black hood and cape combine to create a cloak and dagger feeling that perfectly fits his character, while the wolf crest on his torso and shield is the perfect symbol to strike instant fear everywhere he goes. My read on the story here is that he's attempting to rob a grave, as one does, only to be thwarted by the spirit of the dead. However your story plays out, this set accomplishes a lot with its small footprint, and is an exciting little entry in the Wolfpack collection. The runner-up is set number 6038, Wolfpack Renegades. Following in the tradition of the smuggling Forestmen before them, this $8 carriage from 1992 is more than what meets the eye. On the surface, it looks like any old medieval cart transporting precious cargo, but hinging it open reveals a hidden cache for storing contraband. Though it doesn't quite fit a minifigure like the Crusader's cart from Forestmen, it does perfectly fit a full-size treasure chest, making it the perfect spot to store anything they'd rather keep under wraps. Speaking of treasure, there's plenty of it here, with the treasure chest and a small barrel holding quite the bounty in gold. The Wolfpack flag proudly flying on the top of the carriage suggests that there might be a legitimate front to their underground crime ring. Or they're just in friendly territory. As always, you decide. A gaggle of weaponry, a foreboding dark gray parrot, and 2 minifigures round out the scene. The first is the eye-patch leader we met in the previous set, and the next is one of his many henchmen, a Wolfpack Renegade. Also bearing a face borrowed from Pirates, it's hard for me to see this guy as a villain, as the most notable use of this face print for me is the heroic Sheriff Wyatt from the Western line. Nevertheless, he's here to do the bidding of his conniving leader, so he's no nice guy. His customary Wolfpack torso is complemented by a brown hood and a red cape, with his black sleeves and gray pants topping off a distinct look from his eye-patch-donning superior. With sharp looks, plenty of accessories, and a play feature tailor-made for storytelling, the Wolfpack Renegades is easily one of my favorite horse-drawn vehicles in the whole castle theme.
I'd like to take a moment to thank the members of the Brick Guild for supporting this channel. If you'd like to get early access to new videos, member-only polls, and behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, click the join button or the link in the description for more information.
And it's hard to believe we're already here, but number 1 goes to set number 6075, the Wolfpack Tower. Serving as the home base for the faction, this island lair looks like an old abandoned bridge that was reclaimed and repurposed by the Wolfpack. Once again, a nod to the Forestmen. To enter the tower, you've gotta be let in, as this small drawbridge isn't gonna just allow anyone to wander into this bastion of organized crime. Its main entry can be easily opened and closed using this sort of reverse drawbridge, while the ladder hanging from above can serve as yet another barrier to entry or simply a practical way to reach the top. Another ladder on the opposite side is a similar multitasker, serving as access to the upper level or as an enclosure for a ghostly prisoner. Though I'm not sure bars will be all that effective against this particular occupant. The inside of the stronghold can be accessed on either side by these hinged rock faces, revealing a scant but functional interior. At its heart is something that speaks to the very soul of Wolfpack, a concealed treasure chest hidden underneath the drawbridge. Bursting with gold as expected, it satisfyingly slots into place here, keeping it well out of view from enemies. The tower's waving flags, lanterns, prints, and overall asymmetrical shaping make it the perfect bandit hideout. And its 4 minifigures give you plenty of characters to populate it. These are all familiar faces now, including 2 instances of the Renegade, but they're just as sharp and menacing here. A spiritual successor to this set, titled Outlaw Forestmen, is going to be available for pre-order soon from the Bricklink Designer Program. So if you're aching for some modern Wolfpack in your collection, this is a good opportunity. The Wolfpack Tower ranks highly for me among the mid-size sets of the whole theme. And though we never got a full-blown fortress or castle from these guys back then, I think this set really nails the character of these treasure-seeking renegades. But, as always, what do you think of this small but mighty faction of LEGO Castle? Let me know in the comments below. And to watch even more rankings of LEGO Castle factions, click the playlist on your screen. While you're at it, be sure to subscribe, as there are plenty more castle and other LEGO theme rankings coming soon. And until next time, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.